Welcome back, audience. Today I wanted to show you an update on the tunnel that we started on yesterday and the solar funnel that we started on a few days back. And basically, also actually, the windmill is kind of taken apart from that project, but we'll get to that in a second. The solar funnel is working even better than I expected, and wow, gosh, spiders. So this is working great. I've added a whole bunch of battery boxes thanks to Condrick, and I put these in, and they just suddenly filled up like really fast. So this is a pretty good amount of energy, definitely. So I'm really happy about this, and it's working out really well. I have redesigned the tunnel a little bit, mostly just the intersections, but also the spots that are going to get energy have changed a bit. The idea is, like, if you look right here, there's a battery box for the solar funnel right there. This design is definitely one I'm going to go with. And someone in the comments suggested I do cobblestone for the walls and stone brick for the floor. So I thought I'd give that a shot. That could look good. We're gonna try that out and see what it looks like. But I wanted to explain to you the idea here. So what I'm gonna do is, the way it was before, there was really no reasonable way to get the high voltage wires to go from one side up to the surface and then continue going along the same wall. So you either had to stop and then do some craziness that the ceiling kind of ruined, or I had to do this, or go behind the walls, which I don't want to do. I want the wiring to all be visible. So what I'm doing here is the high voltage goes into a transformer and then a battery box. The battery box has a wire going out of that into whatever needs the energy on the surface, and then next to that I'm going to put another transformer here. I don't have that yet. But they're not too expensive. They're not terrible. And then from there, I can put more high voltage wire. So, and this is kind of what I'm thinking the path up is going to look like. However, since we're doing the walls in cobblestone, I will probably do this. There, you get the idea. Okay, so yeah. So that's the general idea. Okay, so the other problem, I should probably light this up. The other problem is that at intersections, I need the wiring to be able to go every direction, okay? And there's no good way of doing that without hiding cables, since if you put in, I'll show you the problem down here. So I made this room down here to run the high voltage around so that I can have it go along every direction, okay? The problem is this ladder is going to stop me from being able to run it along this side here, okay? So my solution to this is going to be, instead of having, first of all, this room is going to be probably the same material as, well, I'm not 100% certain, but probably the same material as the walls. So probably it'll end up cobblestone. This will have to be stone brick because that's still the floor of the tunnels above, unless I take this one deeper, which I could do, and then I could change the ceiling to something else. But we won't have a pretty design on the ceiling, and that's okay, I think. But this is going to have to be a levitator. And the reason I'm going to do a levitator is because if I put a levitator here, and I can press a button, okay, right here, and that'll shoot me up, and that way I don't have to worry about a block here. Essentially, this ladder is in the way. I'll be able to run this wire all the way around. I don't have any on me now. And that way, I can bring the wiring up the side here into this, and I'll be able to get the tunnel going in every direction without any problems. So you can see over here is a finished version of what I was talking about earlier. We can replace this with cobblestone. And I haven't finished, as you can see, the ceiling. I haven't done a whole lot since last episode, unfortunately. But that's okay. And this is going to work out very well. Now, over here, where the intersections meet, I'm going to do this design here. See, so this will make it so that the entire design is fluid. It makes sense, okay? I'm leaving this hole here for now because I have energy at an intersection, and I haven't decided where I want to put the inset in the wall to get that energy up there. But what I'm going to do is, when there's a situation where an intersection has power directly above it that's needed, instead of running it up in the intersection, I'm going to choose a direction, place the inset in the wall, and then since there's 3 spaces between the ceiling of the tunnel and the energy, I should be able to run wire up in the middle space to get there from wherever I choose to put the inset. So that is why that is the case. But you can see over here, there was one problem with this right here. You see there's a torch there. The reason that is like that is because there's a bug with, see, there's a bug with stairs on corners where it makes it dark in the corner. So the only way to fix that, see, if I leave a space, I wonder if it fixes it. It does not. It looks like it might be a little better, but it's hard to say. So the way to fix that is to have light above. And so every time I put in a corner stair piece like that, that's what I have to do. Okay, and that seems to fix it, so I have no problems there. That is going to work out very nicely. And I think this whole tunnel is going to look great. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I wanted to show you this. And access points are going to, I'm going to try to make them all. Also the windmill, since we're doing this, the windmill is going to have to come in on this side, which means I'm going to have more high voltage cable running this way, unless I move this entire thing to that side and then just run a cable across. But since this is another problem, since the top section here is taking up one of the 3 right here, see, that's the floor of the building above. So that's a problem, because that means I can't really run wire without using microblocks, which I don't want to have to. If I can avoid it, I would like to avoid using microblocks. So I'll have to figure something out with that. What I could do is, let's see, I'm thinking I could put an intersection a little bit above, a little bit in front of here. Just go forward a bit, put in an intersection, run the cable underground, and it'll come back out on this side, which will allow me to hook it into the rest of the network. That way I don't have to have it up against this wall. So essentially I'll have one of these right here, and since I get cables up on every side, I only have to have it relatively close to this. And instead of running the cable along this way, this will still be here, but this cable here will go in that direction. So So it'll go this way. I love how fast the enchanted picks break marble. It's really awesome. Very, very nice. So those are my plans for the tunnel, the maintenance tunnels. I think that that's going to work really well. Where is the nearest access point? I think there's only one right now. It's the one over here. So this guy comes out right next to the solar funnel. See, right there. There's no door into this or anything since it's just the funnel, but that's the general idea for where access is going to be. I'm going to have it, see, it's positioned exactly so that, like, this is the center right here, okay? And most of my buildings, they have a door there. Let me show you. See, for instance, this is going to be the stone half slabs. In fact, I wonder if I can do that. Yeah, see, there's two here. I was trying to be thorough, but honestly, it's pointless. So, I'm just going to place them on top like this. So, here's what it's going to look like. Okay. Alright, this is what most of my buildings look like. And then an access tunnel point can go, access to the tunnel can go here or here. Okay? And I'll put, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to put a trap door over it on this block. Or take the ladder out and put it on that block on top. Honestly, I'm not sure. It looks, I like things to look consistent and fluid, so I'm probably going to take out the ladder on the top piece. The problem with this, though, is now when I get to the top of the ladder, I'm going to have to jump to get out, which is annoying. But I might, if I want to get really fancy, I might put levitators in there too. So let's see. I think that's everything. Let's, someone also asked me to show, I'm pretty sure I already showed this once, but it doesn't hurt showing it again. Someone asked me to elaborate on what I'm doing with the alloy furnace to get more gold and so on. So, what I can do is I can see if I have anything that I can melt down to show you what I'm talking about. I'm probably going to have to get some experience to do it. I do. I have several things. So, if you guys have a farm like this, you can set up this same thing here. You need an anvil, which I've actually broken my anvil. We'll go grab another one. That'll only take a second. But for you, it'll take a split second. Okay, all you have to do is place your anvil down somewhere near your alloy furnace for convenience. And alloy furnaces can break down armor pieces, so you would just put a full armor piece in here. But what you get from the skeletons, if you have one of these farms, or zombies give them too, are damaged pieces. And normally, what people I've seen do is they just put this in here with another gold chest, and that slowly repairs it. But you lose a lot of material doing that. So what I do here is you can just take the damaged pieces you get from your skeletons and put them in your anvil and have some gold ingots nearby. Okay, and for instance, this one is just going to take 3 levels to fix the entire chest plate. And as you know, a chest plate takes 8 ingots to build. So there we go, 3 levels. Actually grabbed a little too much there. So we'll just put this here, 1, 2, 3, and now we have a fully repaired chest plate. And if I put this in here, I will end up with all the ingots it would normally take to make this. So I should end up with 8. We'll see that in just a second here. 8 ingots right there. So that is what I meant by doing the alloy furnace thing. And a cap normally takes 5, and this one is going to take 3. So I'm actually going to just grab a few levels down here because we're going to do the leggings too. There. And I love the brain in a jar. It's so nice. Thank you, Azenor, for that. So let's put our helmet in here, and that's going to be 3, and these normally take 5. So we're profiting on that. And the leggings are only going to take 2, and these are normally 7. So see, got 5 back here, and I already have roughly a stack of gold just from doing this. And another interesting thing is that this anvil, when it's starting to get really damaged, you can actually put the anvil in here, and it'll break the anvil back down. You could just make it again. So let's see if it gives you everything back that you need. 31. So let's see. 31. We're going to need, I think you need, what, 2 blocks? I guess maybe 3 blocks. Right? So let's take a look. Uses for this. Yep, it looks like you get everything back. So that is how you can salvage the anvil too. And I just missed it. I actually had one here, and it broke because I didn't notice that it was as damaged as it was. So that is how you can profit gold and iron, by the way, from these farms, because these guys will drop gold armors and iron armors. The chain helmets, it can be repaired the same way. You can put these guys in here with iron. However, keep in mind, chain armor cannot be broken down into iron. So you cannot use this method to get extra iron from the chain drops. I use the chain armor personally, so I'm still looking for a pair of leggings. But that's it for this episode. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.